Hello everybody, thank you for watching our video. This is Jimmy Wu from Prowork Pacific Inc. So before we start our topics, please do us 4 things. Give us support, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Remember, subscribe us is free, doesn't spend you a penny on that. After you subscribe us, then you will not miss our other video. Today, I want to talk about one topic many people concerned about this is, should I build my house in 2022? Because my customer, when they come to see me, they always ask, oh Jimmy, sounds like we are in a hard time to build a house this year. Okay, so today I want to talk about that. Yes, in 2022, this year, maybe also next year, we are facing some important factor or important issues, which is affect people to build house. The main concern is 2 different type of people, right? Okay, one is homeowner. You do, build to live there. And one type is developer, means you want to build and you want to sell it. So today I talk about those factors right now. We encounter two. We are heading right now happening in this, in Hawaii, but also in the world, in the United States. Then how does it affect us? And then you can prepare for it. Due to the last few years, we have difficult things happening and many things happening, like political, pandemic, economic. So many things happen, and these all factors and results like this challenge we're facing right now. So, I would say one thing is interest rate increase, right? We know that this year's government increased interest rate. Now, interest rate increase that will make owner getting difficulty and hard to borrow their money or mortgage, because or we will reverse wise is they make the owner can borrow less money. Like when interest rate is low, okay, for example, homeowner can borrow 800,000. Let's say this, before a few years ago, only 1%, 2%, right? So he can borrow 800,000 or $900,000 for the mortgage. But now we come to the interest rate go to 3, 4, or even 5. Then the same person with his salary, maybe he only qualify, for 700,000 or even less. So that interest rate cost raise, increase, that, will make the owner getting a hard time to getting a mortgage, right? Also is, when the interest rate increase, that means the owner gonna pay more money just for the interest. So, his cost become increased. And then another one is, sure, everybody, we know that this year we have big inflation, right? The inflation that caused the material cost go up and also the, labor cost go up. Right now, material cost, we're talking about really, some extreme case for certain material, we're talking about double, 200%. Or, overall, all material we talk about go up maybe 30 to 40% right now. Now, then all these costs, where's go to owner, right? The owner means you need to spend more money to build a house. So the construction costs go high, right? And then the labor costs. After the pandemic, a lot of people, I don't know why, but we're having a big shortage of labor. I heard the contractor keep going around and try to look for people to look for more labor, but hard to find workers nowadays. And not only in construction, many industry also they are shortage of workers. They will look for workers, and end up is so the workers the wages gotta go higher, especially in construction. Now the wages for the labor is going really high. So then again they become increasing the construction costs, and these and construction costs always go back to the owner. So that means owner need to spend more money for construction. So this has become in situation is owner can borrow less money, but on the other side he got to spend more money to for the construction. So this has become a hardship right now. So another one is we're seeing the logistic right now because of the production line, right? We get a lot of shortage on material, appliance, many things, right? So when you order, I heard contractors say when they order windows, doors, if that is something that they do not have in stock in locally, then when they're gonna order, they take very long time. We talk about 4 months, 5 months. Some shop even Home Depots, they don't even take your money for ordering because they cannot tell when they have the stock comes in. This is the challenge is it will drag the construction being longer. And this is very critical for contractor, because for a contractor, if I do not know how long I can build your house, right? I really have to have hard time to schedule my project. So that not only cost-wise, we increase is the owner challenge, right? Owner issue. But now logistic like this is become the contractor part because they have hard time to pricing, because when they try to look for material, they look material today when they order or when they go to pricing, and then when the time they can start doing construction, maybe the price go up again, so they will affect their price. And also the logistic, when they try to order some stuff like windows, doors, it may take very long time to come, then it will delay the whole entire construction time. Before they can finish the house in 6 months, now maybe they have to finish out in 1 year, right? So then contractor, again, this time is contractor cost, so they have to factor that in their proposal. So that become contractor. Some contractors tell me they don't know how to price right now because everything keeps changing. So they when they give you proposal, cost estimate to a project, they only good for 2 months. And then if after 2 months the owner doesn't sign contract, then they have to redo again. So this end up also is a construction cost go high. Besides this kind of inflation, interest rate, logistic, then we also have another issue is affecting the construction is the DPP issue, from the government side. Right now, okay, everybody know that, right? You heard news, you heard another video talk about DPP issue. Everybody complain about the DPP backlog, right? They keep dragging, right? Everything delaying. We're talking about like hard copy log in, only log in hard copy like for commercial is like 13 weeks, 3 months. And then E-plans, residential E-plan, the pending time now is come up to already 120 days, 130 days now. That means, which is when my last video talking about 106 days, and now already less than few weeks, the pre-screen pending times are already 126 days or more right now. So we are looking at like pre-screen to getting a permit, even with third-party review to getting a building permit. We're talking about maybe 8 months, right? If without a third-party review, it's regular review, it might take you even longer, 1 year. So all this again, if owner today start getting a project, applying a permit, and he can only get his permit 1 year later, then how can contractor to price, because they know the price keep changing, right? So that also becomes a lot of like uncertainty to projects. Comes out right now, overall, the building construction cost to owner, you're looking at about increasing 30 to 50%. Labor, material add up, you will looking at generally looking at 30% to 50% more. That means like if used to be, if talk about $160 per square feet construction cost, now we talk about $200 or to up to $250 construction cost to regular house, regular dwelling construction to owners. So that become like owners' challenges. So if you want to build a house, that you're looking at right now. In the beginning I mentioned about there's two types, right? Either self-occupied, mean owner, you build to live, or you build to sell, right? Now, if you are homeowner and you want to build home to live, that means you're for yourself, then the concern we're really looking at is your income. That means, do you have enough income to pay your mortgage? That is what you're concerned only. Because for long-term wise, if you build this house and you stay there, right? Live there 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, you will make it up the cost because it doesn't matter, right? Even, you don't live in your house, you got to live in somebody's house where you pay rent for somebody, which is you paying mortgage for somebody, right? So if you build this house is for your own, then it's better than you rent somebody's house, right? So the only concern is you got to calculate that. How do you make the income to pay your mortgage? If you can afford, then you are fine. Because, over 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, this cost, the initial cost increase now, you will make it back. Because our Hawaii, our real estate, we know that it keep increasing, right? The price. So you will make it back. However, if for developer, you want to buy and build to sell, then you have a concern, okay? Because like I say, because the cost increase too high, right? So during the time your end product, when you build a house now, to allow you to make profit on this project, you have to get your house selling price high. But when you to a certain level, then the buyer, they cannot afford to buy this kind of new home. Imagine that if your end product, after you buy land, build a house, and your selling price become like 1.4 million, 1.5 million, then a lot of people, regular people, they cannot afford to buy new home like this. If you're a developer, now you have to consider, right? Price cannot be too high to more than people can afford. Then now what you need to do is you need to sacrifice your profit. And end up, if you sacrifice your profit, then end up you may think you may not making money, or even you lose money, right? So if we know that if lose money business, nobody will do it. Right, so then become a challenge to people, the developer this year. You really need to calculate because time's taking longer to get permit, taking a long time to build, right? So that means more longer you drag this project, more uncertainty, and something that now in this world, every day have something can happen affecting the price now. So then for developer. So we really need to, be careful on that. And maybe end up is a happening situation. Maybe only your workers making money, but the developer, the boss, it doesn't make money at all. So today I was just stopping here, just a little bit talk about the idea because people get asking me this, and then like I say, main concern is if you're building for your own use, like owner occupied, then you don't no problem. You don't have any problem. Only problem you have is do you have the money to pay your mortgage? Only for developer, then this year for building house for sale, you need to be very careful to calculate if you can make profit. So if you have any comment, feel free to leave us comment. We will ask us question. We will try to answer you. Again, before we finish that, remember to do us 4 things. Give us a like, leave us comment, subscribe. It's free subscribe, and also share with your friends. Thank you very much.